Hey everyone, and welcome to DC Daily. I'm Tiffany Smith, and it is Wednesday, September 26th, 2018. Are you ready for some news? Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment have announced that their upcoming Birds of Prey film will release on February 7th, 2020. The film will star Margot Robbie, who is reprising her role as Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. Plot details are vague, but the film will supposedly center around Quinn teaming up with Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya to stop an unnamed crime lord. Black Lightning has a new recurring character for Season 2. Kieran Giovanni has been cast as Cutter, a former mercenary with a mastery of combat. The second season sees Jefferson Pierce and his daughter Anissa continue to fight crime while Tobias Whale is still on the loose. The show returns on October 9th. For comics, get ready for the launch of Heroes in Crisis #1. Written by Tom King, the new series follows a murder mystery inside Sanctuary, a facility for superheroes suffering from trauma. As heroes turn up dead, it's up to Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to find out who is responsible, with Harley Quinn and Booster Gold as possible suspects. Next, Doomsday Clock #7 continues to bring surprises. The new installment promises to reveal why Dr. Manhattan is hiding in the world of Batman and Superman. Can Doomsday be avoided? See what happens next in Doomsday Clock #7. In Justice League Odyssey #1, the team of Cyborg, Starfire, Green Lantern Jessica Cruz, and Azrael are investigating the mysteries of the Ghost Sector, revealed when the Source Wall was broken in Dark Knight's Metal. Along the way, they encounter an unexpected and unlikely ally who reveals 3 of the team members are agents of an ancient prophecy. Find out more in this thrilling first issue. That's all the news for today. Now let's turn to Hector Navarro as he examines the pilot for Justice League, the animated series.
Hey, what's up, DC Universe? Today we're talking about Justice League, the animated series, one of my favorites of all time, specifically the 3-part opening movie, Justice League Secret Origins Parts 1, 2, and 3. In this, you have got Batman returning, Kevin Conroy investigating some weird stuff, Superman showing up, helping him, teaming up, giving him a signal watch. There's nothing better than seeing Superman and Batman interact. And you've got one of my favorite characters of all time, J'onn J'onzz, the Martian Manhunter. He is telepathically recruiting the rest of the Justice League, which includes John Stewart Green Lantern, that's what's up, Wonder Woman in her first DC Animated Universe appearance, Wally West the Flash, and of course, Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl, what's she doing there? She's kicking butt is what she's doing. So this Justice League has to stop an evil invasion of aliens from taking over the planet, and it is, in one word, epic. So go watch Justice League. It is currently on DC Universe right now. Go watch it.
Thanks, Hector. Now we have a great preview of this fall's Heroes in Crisis. To give us the scoop, here's DC's own legendary writer, Tom King.
Heroes in Crisis is the story of a place called Sanctuary, which is where heroes go when they've seen too much or felt too much. It's sort of when you've been through something and it hurts you not just physically, but spiritually, psychologically, and you need a place to recover. The Trinity, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, built a location where you can go and do that, where you can get some help, where you can take a break, where you can find what's wrong and overcome it, and you can find a way to bond with the other superheroes. And so it's sort of a safe place in the DCU, and it's been around for 5 years. And this story begins when the safety of that location is violated. There's a mass killing at that site, and Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman are investigating that killing and trying to find out why it happened, who did it, and how they can stop it from ever happening again. I wanted to write something that was sort of about PTSD. I've been through some of this stuff. I was in the war and all that stuff, and I wanted to write about that, but I kind of didn't know how. And DC had come to me and said, what would you do if we could give you sort of every tool in the toolbox, every superhero, just for one, just 9 issues, do whatever you want. And I was like, I want to write about that. I want to write about sort of being in an area of violence and trying to get out of it, because I sort of had that on my mind. And the story came to me, I was pushing my little kid in a swing, and it was right after one of these another one sort of horrible American thing happened. Stories often come from places of fear, and I was like, what do I fear the most? Like my kid being in some safe place and someone hurting that, sort of robbing that place, that safety. And I was like, okay, I want to write about that. I want to write about a safe place that gets sort of violated, and how we can come back from that, and how we can sort of derive some degree of hope from that. And so basically I went to DC and I said, I have this idea, and this is how it's going to play out, but I want you to provide me the characters, because I'm going to do things to these characters that have never been done before, and I need as much room as possible. And they're like, okay, these are the characters you can work with. And so they gave me Booster, they gave me Harley. And I was like, Booster and Harley, it's so random. They're such, like, Harley's only semi in continuity, semi not, and Booster hadn't been seen in a long time, in years. And I was like, how do those two characters work? And I realized that they're both kind of the characters who make mistakes. I went to 1,000 cons, and you run into 1,000 cosplayers, and asked every Harley cosplayer, like, what makes Harley's specialty? And they all said the same thing. She's a survivor. She made a mistake in her life. She fell in love with the wrong guy, but she's coming back from that, and she's found strength in that, not because she rejects it, but because it's part of her, and it defines who she is. And the same thing with Booster. He's a guy who started off as sort of this arrogant superhero who's going to redefine everything, and every time he tries to do something good, he kind of slips on a banana peel type of character. And so their personalities went together as sort of characters trying to find redemption. You're going to look at all the superheroes a little bit differently. You're going to see that the sacrifices people make when they go to war are not just on the outside but on the inside. And if you come back from war with those problems, you're not less manly, you're not less tough. You're tougher because you made that sacrifice. Because people go and we know what's going to happen. We have our eyes open. We know it's going to affect us, but we still do it. Well, people still do it because that's what you do to get the job done. It's another level of heroism for these people who had to go through this. And I hope people get an understanding of when you come back from that, if you ask for help, if you've done something bad and you ask for help, it's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. I think a lot of people hear the word crisis and they think it's a reboot, like I'm going to restart continuity, and that's not the case. This is no restart, this is not worlds crashing into each other. This is just the idea of crisis is the idea, I think what Wolfman and Perez were saying in the beginning was the idea that the DC universe was modernizing, that it was changing, that it was reflecting the times it was in. And I think that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a modernization of the DC universe, of taking these superhero concepts beyond 2018, beyond 2020, and sort of reflecting our world. So I think to me, crisis means a step forward, and I think that's what this is.